Welcome to Çatalhöyük, one of the world's most amazing archaeological sites. This ancient hamlet, tucked away in the middle of Anatolia, Turkey, offers an incredible window into the lives of our Neolithic ancestors. In today's video, we'll look at the lifestyle and customs of the people who inhabited this area between 7500 and 5700 BCE. Let us journey back in time to uncover the mysteries of Çatalhöyük. For its period, Çatalhöyük was a remarkably vast and intricate civilization. Visualize an expanded urban area devoid of streets, where residences were densely populated and individuals used their rooftops as a means of getting around. The residents were able to create a community of trust and be safe thanks to this unique arrangement. While mudbrick homes in Çatalhöyük served as both living quarters and walkways due to their flat roofs, the walls would become a canvas consisting of beautiful murals and reliefs, frequently found adorning the interior of the residences. Not only are these murals ornamental, but they also provide us with insights into the daily lives and beliefs of the people who lived in Çatalhöyük. Some even exhibit rites and rituals, demonstrating a vibrant symbolic and spiritual life. As skilled artisans, one symbolic artifact known as the Mother Goddess is one of the most iconic and intriguing pieces to be discovered at this site. Generally created from clay, while few are crafted with stone, the typical size of such figurines ranges between 10 to 20 centimeters in height, 4 to 8 inches. The figurine consists of predominantly feminine traits, such as a generally corpulent figure along with large rounded hips and breasts, especially those related to fertility and motherhood. The concentration on these characteristics indicates a focus on procreation and fertility within their society. While the figurine lacked detailed facial features and limbs, it provides insight into its symbolic role rather than its physical depiction. The symbolism can be seen within the geometric designs and textures crafted into the figurine, enhancing the ritualistic value, with some figurines even depicted in certain poses, implying a more ritualistic or ceremonial importance. The figurine was pivotal during ceremonies that were held in respect to their success in agriculture, or even to request a blessing of fertility and good fortune. Overall, this figurine highlights the significance in establishing a connection between the living and the divine realms, with figurines even found within burial sites, given as an offering to the divine. Apart from their creative prowess, the people of Çatalhöyük were skilled farmers. They raised a range of crops such as barley and wheat, tamed and trained animals such as goats and sheep. These grains were likely ground into flour, providing a diet high in processed cereals. They had a well-functioning system for handling their food supplies because they had storage rooms and grinding stones. Excavation data demonstrates that these prehistoric farmers employed highly developed crop management strategies. Organized agricultural operations are indicated by tools like sickles and grinding stones that were discovered at the site. These implements demonstrated a sophisticated farming method since they were utilized for crop preparation and harvesting. Animal husbandry played a major role in their economy, domesticating animals like sheep, goats, and cattle, which were the sources of meat, milk, and hides. Evidence of animal bones and butchering techniques suggest that animal husbandry played a vital role in their economy and their diet. In addition to being excellent farmers, the settlement's social structure was equally remarkable. Çatalhöyük appears to have been a reasonably egalitarian society based on the uniform housing and the absence of blatant social hierarchies. Burial customs were comparatively standard, with no obvious signs of socioeconomic stratification. Citizens adorned with similar burial goods were laid to rest under residential floors, indicating a culture in which social class was not apparent. Due to residents living in close quarters with shared duties and resources, this may have encouraged a strong sense of camaraderie and cooperation. A high level of social collaboration and shared duties is indicated by the densely populated houses and communal living arrangements. The sharing of religious and ritual practices may have aided in maintaining the social cohesion of the community. Thus, the settlement's architecture is a reflection of its communal way of life and problem-solving. Unfortunately, Çatalhöyük's downfall and subsequent evacuation were caused by a number of events. The settlement began to be impacted by environmental changes, such as shifting river patterns and degraded soil. These alterations gradually reduced the area's friendliness and forced the locals to look for other alternatives. Changes in the environment weren't the only difficulties. In addition, Çatalhöyük had to deal with declining supplies and possible internal disputes. The residents started making plans for a new settlement site as these demands increased. In the ancient world, moving a whole settlement was no easy task. It needed to be carefully coordinated and planned. The people, according to archaeologists, started off by progressively building new buildings and moving important resources while still residing in the original settlement. The transition happened gradually. Materials and artifacts were carefully relocated, and new structures were built utilizing methods not dissimilar from those employed at the original location. This meticulous planning made that the new colony met the demands of the community and was operational. Fascinatingly, Çatalhöyük wasn't abandoned entirely right away. While the new site was being developed, it was still possible to utilize the old site for a while. This gradual shift made it easier for the community to adjust to its new surroundings. The new settlement became the center of Çatalhöyük culture by the end of the 6th millennium BCE. It was modified to better fit the shifting environmental circumstances, but it nevertheless bore many similarities to the previous location, many of which is still visible to this day. As a UNESCO World Heritage Site, Çatalhöyük continues to provide new insights into the Neolithic era. Its amazing social organization and culture never cease to astound and influence how we perceive early human societies. We are able to put together the history of Çatalhöyük and its inhabitants because of the hard work of archaeologists and historians. Their way of life, spiritual pursuits, and creative output provide us with an insight into a world that paved the way for modern civilization.